Day 3. Why the first allegation shapes everything. By now, something should be bothering you. You've seen that family court isn't a truth forum. You've seen that power doesn't sit where you were told it does. So I suppose the obvious question becomes, if evidence and fairness aren't driving outcomes, then what is? Today answers that question. Day 3 is about how narratives are born, why the first allegation matters. The first allegation matters more than everything that comes after it, and why most people accidentally make their situation worse. That's right, worse by trying to correct the record too early. And this is going to be valuable for so many people. This is not about blame. It's about mechanics. And once you see this, you can't unsee it. The power of first framing. Family court runs on first framing. The first allegation doesn't win because it's true. It wins because it defines the risk the system believes it must manage. Once that frame is set, everything else, and I mean everything else, is interpreted through it. Think about how human beings work. Just think about it. If you're told this situation involves risk, you don't calmly reassess every new piece of information from scratch. You filter it. You become cautious. You slow down. You default to containment. Family court is no different. The first allegation does 3 critical things. It creates the initial risk narrative. Suddenly, the case isn't about arrangements anymore, cooperation or logistics, which is why the application was made. It's about now safety, harm, potential consequences. It assigns scrutiny, and that's important. One party then becomes the one who must reassure, should we say, the system, convince the system that they're not what they say they are, the others say they are. The other becomes the reference point, which is not good. It justifies delay and exerts control. Interim measures, they're impacted. Assessments and holding patterns. And that's the one, the holding patterns, suddenly feel reasonable, all because allegations are made. From that point on, the system isn't asking, is this accurate? It's asking, what if this is accurate? That what if is where people get stuck for months, sometimes years. Why fighting the allegation often backfires? And it does. Here's the mistake everyone makes this mistake, everyone. You think, if I disprove this quickly and forcefully, the system will reset. It doesn't, and it won't. Because strong denial does not neutralize risk. It, in fact, amplifies it. Anger looks volatile. Urgency looks defensive. Over-explaining looks unstable. Even perfectly reasonable reactions can be misread when the frame is already set and the perception of you is not what it is, or it's not who you are. The framing's at work here. This is why people say things like, I've given them all the evidence. Why aren't they listening? I've also heard people say, they're ignoring the facts. It's like they've already decided, because they have. They have. Well, they haven't decided the outcome, but the framing is at play. They've decided what kind of situation this is. And situations, once categorized, are very, very hard to recategorize. Now, here's the uncomfortable truth. The system doesn't reset easily. It de-escalates slowly. And it does so only when perceived risk reduces, behavior stabilizes, and narrative tension softens. Professionals feel safe. Stepping down causes no harm. Truth helps eventually, but only once safety is reestablished. And that's why timing matters more than you realize, more than anyone realizes. And this Day 3 isn't telling you to accept false allegations. It's not telling you that at all. People misinterpret this. It's not. It's telling you that how and when you respond determines whether your response lands or gets quietly neutralized. This is the difference. This is the difference between right and being effective. Now, today's practice task, tracing the first frame. Today you're not rebutting anything. You are identifying the moment, the frame, was set. Choose your case and make it your case personal to you. Write 3 short sections. Firstly, the first allegation. What was the first allegation, concern, or safeguarding issue raised? Not the worst one, the first one. Not the most recent one, the first one. So write it as the system would have heard it and stick to it. So this is not easy. If you do this properly, this is not easy. The first allegation. Number 2, how it changed the case. Answer this honestly. What decisions followed because of that first framing allegation? Did you get contact? Did you not get contact? What scrutiny was introduced afterwards? What delays or controls were put in place? You are mapping cause and effect. Thirdly, your initial response. Describe how you responded at the time. And you have to be real with this, otherwise it won't work. Describe how you responded, not whether it was justified or not. How did you respond? What were your actions? What did you do? But how it would have appeared through a risk lens. So someone you react and say, ask yourself, how would you have looked if someone's looking at you thinking that you've done something wrong? Ask yourself, did it reduce the perceived risk? How you behaved? Did it reduce that risk? Did it de-escalate anything? Did it gain back control? And look, there's no judgment here with this at all. Yeah, and these are personal to you because you're doing this in your own space. If you want to share these with me, you can. It's just observations. So the instruction for today is do not rewrite history. Do not prepare counter allegations. Do not plan your defense. Not yet, anyway, not yet. Today is about seeing the ignition point. If you don't understand how the fire started, you'll keep throwing fuel onto it while trying to put it out, making it worse. But by the end of today, you should understand something most people never do. Family court does not move in straight lines. It moves in risk curves. Once a situation is framed as risky, the system's priority becomes containment, not correction. Tomorrow, we deal with language, the words that escalate risk and the words that quietly neutralize it. And why? Well, why? Why saying the wrong thing at the wrong time can ultimately undo months of progress. Anyway, until then, buongiorno, goodbye.